First of all, thank you, Elena. It's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you for your kind introduction. This year's forum is centered around a very intentional theme, from vision to action, and creating value and driving impact. The idea is to highlight that ESG isn't just about aspirations anymore. It's more about implementation, measurement, and value creation. So we are entering a phase where businesses must show how they are delivering on their commitments. That means integrating ESG into core operations, culture, finance, governance. So we have structured the agenda into three thematic sections. First section is about strategic priorities and challenges for Greece and abroad and Europe. Mainly exploring how ESG is shaping national policy and the future of the economy. The other pillar is competitiveness and sustainable business models, addressing topics like responsible investment, sustainable finance, transparency, etc. And our third pillar is on innovation and corporate leadership, which is focusing mostly on emerging technologies like AI, human rights, and inclusive growth. Our ambition is to spark collaboration between sectors, align local efforts with EU-wide frameworks, and build a stronger foundation for long-term and inclusive value. So this forum is a platform for shared learning and, more importantly, for actionable next steps. The regulatory landscape is shifting rapidly, as we see in the past few months. The Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive and the EU taxonomy remain fundamental, and they are changing how companies must operate. These are no longer optional. As we all know, they define how businesses access capital, attract investors, and engage stakeholders. So at the forum, we help companies make sense of these frameworks by translating complexity into strategy. We host sessions on how to align ESG with financial planning, risk management, and value creation. For instance, our panel on sustainable finance shows how ESG-aligned investments are outplacing traditional metrics, even amid market volatility. Also, the workshops on reporting and Scope 3 emissions give attendees practical tools to strengthen disclosure and mitigate risks in their value chains. So the message we send is this: compliance can be a starting point, but the goal is transformation. And ESG, if embedded meaningfully, becomes a lever for innovation, trust, and long-term growth. Actually, we intentionally designed a multi-format experience because learning and engagement don't happen in just one way. Panels bring in conflicting views and sectoral diversity. So we want participants to hear from policymakers, investors, NGOs, and corporate leaders in one conversation. And this is where insights happen. On the other hand, workshops and masterclasses offer deep dives into practical topics like ESG reporting, gender equity in climate finance, value chain circularity, etc. And so participants live with applicable frameworks and case studies, not just ideas. While with networking is built into the flow of the forum, not just left for lunch breaks. ESG transformation requires collaboration, and our environment fosters this critical informal conversations that often lead to partnerships. The format overall embodies our mission, to move theory into practice and silos into shared action. At this moment, we are standing at an interesting inflection point. There is greater awareness than ever, especially among large listed companies and multinational companies operating in Greece and the Balkans. They are making progress on ESG integration, governance, and data collection. But we also see gaps. For instance, SMEs, which are the backbone of the Greek economy or any economy, often lack the resources or knowledge to navigate ESG requirements. That's why we have included a panel discussion dedicated to SME inclusion in the sustainability transition with experts from EFRAG to Amazon. Another challenge is data quality and comparability. Many firms are still trying to figure out what and how to measure and how to tie ESG performance to financial value. But still there are hopeful signs. Young professionals are entering the field, universities are adopting their curricula, and more companies are embedding ESG into their decision makers to Well, actually, the forum is designed for a broad audience, so it will be especially valuable for sustainability and ESG professionals, obviously. People looking for regulatory updates and strategy insights. Also, CFOs and risk officers who now must integrate non-financial data into corporate reporting. Investors and asset managers who want to understand how ESG disclosures affect long-term performance, which is evident. HR and communication teams, since ESG is deeply connected to culture and brand reputation. And of course, policymakers, academics, and NGOs interested in the systemic transition. So in terms of sectors now, we expect strong representation from finance, energy, tourism, which is thriving in Greece, as you know, manufacturing, agro-food, and tech. But the content is designed to be cross-cutting and accessible because ESG is everyone's business. What we do is that we are good listeners. We constantly listen. So we speak with industry leaders, regulators, civil society organizations, in order to understand what's truly top of mind. We don't just follow trends. We try to get ahead of them. So we also challenge ourselves to bring in unconventional voices, innovators, academics, whistleblowers, alongside the corporate leaders. That's how you avoid echo chambers. For example, we have included a debate in the forum on greenwashing. Also, we are very proud to host speakers from UNICEF, OECD, PRI, Stern School of Business, the Wharton School, all of whom bring global authority and fresh insight. And finally, credibility comes from humility. We don't pretend to have all the answers. We see the forum as a learning environment where we all grow together, speakers and audience, and of course, Busias. Well, for me, chess is a passion, but in the same time, chess taught me about structure. You always have to see the big picture and anticipate consequences and several moves ahead. That's very relevant in ESG, where in terms that today's actions shape tomorrow's outcomes. Now, as a journalist and editor, I learned the importance of framing stories clearly and honestly. In ESG, that means cutting through jargon and focusing on real impact and people that bring this impact. Now, as a coach, I understood the power of encouragement and reflection. Good events are not just about ideas. They are about people, people that are feeling seen, heard, inspired, you know. So I try to design experiences that connect the head and the heart. Strategic events, but also emotional and ethical. And at the end of the day, I want people to leave the forum or any conference not just informed, but energized, reflective, and ready to lead with purpose.